So dear students, let us begin with the mathematical analysis. And before the mathematical analysis, I want to point out one more thing over here, that as you can see over here, the output voltage is having a positive part and a negative part, while the load current is in positive direction only. So so the output power is a multiplication of voltage and current. So from alpha to pi, the power will be positive. From pi to pi plus alpha, the power will be negative. By this we mean that the power will be flowing from the source to the load from alpha to pi, and from load to the source if in the duration of pi to pi plus alpha. Now let us start with the average voltage. What is the average voltage of this output waveform? So let us assume just about this point or this line. So how can we calculate it? As you can see, we can take a zone from alpha to pi plus alpha and integrate it from in this zone, right? So because the next will be the same replica of this, that is why. And for the RMS value also, the range will be same. So let me write it down for you. So the average voltage VDC can be written as 1 upon pi, because the range is of pi, alpha to pi plus alpha, Vm sine of omega t d omega t, right? So the integration, this Vm will come outside, Vm upon pi, and this integrating sine omega t will result in minus of cosine of omega t, and the range is from alpha to pi plus alpha. And when you solve this, the answer will come to 2 Vm pi pi cosine of alpha. That is equation number 1. And similarly we can find out the RMS value. The rule of mathematics will be over here. So we can take it like this: integrating from alpha to pi plus alpha, Vm sine of omega t square d omega t, right? And the range is from ranges of pi, and we will take the square root of this. Now Vm is constant, so this will come out. So Vm is square upon pi, alpha to pi plus alpha. This will become this is sine square of omega t. So we because the in order to integrate the value of sine square, it will be difficult. We will just reduce it or convert it by using trigonometric trigonometric equation, and we can replace it like this: 1 minus cosine of twice of omega t and divided by 2 d of omega t, and this will be. Now this equation is easy to solve, and it will be like this: Vm square upon 2 pi. I am taking this 2 because this is constant, 1 upon 2. I am taking it outside, and I can take it 2 parts. Cosine of twice of omega t, right, d omega t. So Vm square upon 2 pi, and integrate. If we integrate this d omega t, it will become omega t. Excuse me. omega t ranging from alpha to pi minus. And what about this one? This will become sine twice of omega t divided by 2, alpha to pi plus alpha. Now we, at this stage, I am going to assume that you know how to do this simple integration of cos twice of omega t. And this will be 1.2. Let me close this bracket also, because this part is common to this part is common to whole part. So placing the limits, what it will become? Vm square by 2 pi. This will be pi plus alpha minus of alpha, so it will become pi minus. And what will be this one? This one will be 1 upon 2 sine of twice, or I should write it like this, if 2 pi minus of sine of 2 alpha. Right? Now we have to go into solving this intuitively. Now if you look at this portion sine 2 pi plus 2 alpha minus sine of 2 alpha, if you see this intuitively, what is this? We are taking a sine wave, okay, and we are considering the values what? An angle of 2 alpha after 2 pi. So this is the angle 2 pi, and this will be, for example, 2 pi plus 2 alpha. This angle now will be 2 pi plus 2 alpha. Right? And what about this value 2 alpha? It should be 0 plus 2 alpha, that means it should be somewhat here. But you see over here that the magnitude at this point, sine of 2 alpha or sine of 2 pi plus 2 alpha will be same. So it is not a difficult task to say that this value and this value will cancel out each other. So what remains is only pi. So it will be Vm square by 2 pi into pi 1 upon 2. Right? So what will be Vrms? It should be equal to, or some, I should not write it like this. It should be V, because when we specifically say in the DC component, it will be VDC, and when we write V, and when we talk about the peak value, it should be Vm, and when we talk about the the RMS value, it should be V only. So in terms of maximum value, it becomes Vm, and this pi will cancel out upon root 2. Right? So the RMS value of this is Vm of this waveform, of the output waveform, will be Vm by root 2. Now don't confuse this this waveform with the output waveform. Okay, this is to explain this portion only, these angles, how we are evaluating this function basically. Okay, now coming to the load current portion. Sorry, let us see what was our load current. It was a square wave in nature, right? This one. So what we are going to do is we are going to do the Fourier analysis, okay, of this source current, and it is from pi, alpha to pi plus alpha. It is I. From pi plus alpha to 2 pi plus alpha, it is minus of I. can be written as from time can be written as plus of I for angle omega t. This angle is omega t. Omega t ranging from alpha to I plus and minus I omega t ranging from pi plus alpha to 2 pi. Let me take it like this. Sorry, like this. So these are the two ranges in which we must evaluate the parameters of the source current, and by this we can also calculate the power factor and other parameters. So let us begin our analysis of the load current. So the better way will be to copy that portion down, right? So let me just all right. So how can we write this current, or which is a square wave current, in a Fourier expansion? It is simple. I can write it like this: is equal to a DC component plus n is equal to 1 up to infinity, and this is an cosine of n times omega t n times omega t plus b, I should write it down, plus bn sin of n times omega t. Now what is A naught? Intuitively A naught should be 0, because we are having same duration of time for plus I and same duration of time of minus I, so that is why the average value should be 0. But we can evaluate mathematically also. I can write it like this: 1 upon 2 pi alpha 2 pi plus alpha 2 pi plus alpha. This is the range from alpha to 2 pi plus alpha. The range total is of the 2 pi, that is why it is like this, and we are taking the integration cycle from alpha to pi plus alpha, and I can write it like this: is t omega t. That means we are trying to find the average value, right? So this will be 1.2, and what is, it can be divided into two parts, right? Because is of t, as we have already discussed, it is from alpha to pi plus alpha, it is plus of I, and from pi plus alpha to 2 pi plus alpha, it is minus of I. So from alpha to pi plus alpha, it will be, right, d of omega t minus, and from pi plus alpha to 2 pi plus alpha, it will be minus of 1 it should come out to be 0. Now I'm just leaving this this derivation to you. It is pretty simple, because I will come outside. This d omega t will become omega t by integration. So this will come out to be 0. Now how we are going to solve for an? An can be given as 1 upon pi alpha to 2 pi plus alpha is cos n omega d omega t. What we are using over here is the concept of half wave symmetry and quarter wave symmetry. That's why we are taking the range of 1 upon pi. Okay, because if we take the range of 1 upon 2 pi, the average will come out to be 0. Right? This is nothing but the same expression, but the thing is we are adding the cosine of n times omega t in this term. So let us now solve this integral. This should contain two parts, from alpha to pi plus alpha. And what is is? It is I plus of I from alpha to pi plus alpha, cosine of n omega t. Right? And from pi plus alpha to 2 pi plus alpha, it should be minus times of I. Right? From pi plus alpha to pi. Excuse me a bit. It should be cos n omega t d omega t. So this is 1 upon pi, and this I will come outside because it is a constant term. Cosine of n times omega t will become sine of n omega t divided by, and this should range from alpha to pi plus alpha, plus, or I can take minus of I outside, right? Or I can do, what I can do is I can just take this I outside like this, rub this off, because I is common in both the terms. Okay, now this will become cosine of n times omega t will again become sine of n omega t upon n, ranging from pi plus alpha to 2 pi plus alpha. Now expanding this again, I have pi, right, and I can take the n outside because n is again a constant term right now. We can change the value of n to determine different values of an, a1, a2, a3, like this, right? And we are going to analyze this. We are going to have a1, a2, a3, a4 for different values of n. For any value of n, this n will be constant, right? So we can take this n outside. That's why we are taking this outside. And what will be this one? This one will become sine n times sine n times omega t. Instead of omega t, what should I write? It should be pi plus alpha, right? And minus of alpha, so this will again like this. Are you getting my point or not? So this is wrong. We cannot write it like this. What should I do? Let me rub this off. N times of pi plus n alpha minus sine of, because I am putting pi plus alpha in place of omega t. Okay, so this will become one part minus, and I have taken this n outside. Alright, so this will become sine of n or 2n pi if I displace 2 pi plus alpha in place of omega t, it will become sine of 2n pi plus n of alpha minus sine of pi plus alpha. Now again, as we have analyzed the in the previous derivation, we can analyze for different values of n. For example, let us take, now n can be even or odd. First of all, n can be even or odd. We are going to analyze for n is equal to 2 and n is equal to 1, and correspondingly we will generalize. Then we will generalize. So this is what? This is an. So for example, if we take a2, let us take for the even case. So this will become I upon 2 pi. And what should be inside of this? This is what is important. This will become sine of 2 pi plus 12 minus sine of 2 alpha minus part is sine of 4 alpha plus 2 alpha. Sorry, this will be 4 pi plus 2 alpha minus sine of 2 pi plus alpha. Oh, sorry, it should be n alpha. So this will become 2 alpha. Right? So I will just close it like this. There is 2 brackets. So what should be the resultant? The value of sine, what we are taking over here, this will become 0. You have seen in the earlier case, and this will also become 0. So what will happen? This will become 0 minus 0, or n is equal to 0 if n is even. Now what about sorry, this sometimes happens. What will happen if n is odd? Let us take n is equal to 2. When n is odd, right? For even we have seen. So when n is odd, that means we are taking, for example, n is equal to 1. Okay. So a1 will become sine pi plus alpha minus sine of alpha. This is one part. Second part is sine 2 pi plus alpha minus sine of pi plus alpha. Okay. So if you see over here, the value sine of alpha will come out to be here. For example, if this is angle alpha, and if we are having sine pi plus alpha, this is pi and this will be pi plus alpha, it will be negative of this value, right? So we can say this will become, or you can apply the trigonometric relationship also. So this will become minus of sine alpha. Okay, Ia upon pi minus of 2 sine of alpha. Similarly, you can analyze this for this also. That means we are having a wave like this. This is 2 pi plus alpha, you are taking this point, and sine pi plus alpha you are again taking this point. So these are negative of each other and this will be additive in nature. So this will become twice of sine of alpha. So what this should become? This should become minus of 4 times Ia upon pi sine of alpha. Now this is when we are having n is equal to 1. When n is equal to 1. What about an as a generalized function? It should be 4 Ia upon n pi sine of n alpha. And you can take this for any value of 2, 3, 5, 7, and what should be the n? N can be 1, 3, 5, 7, and like this. So far so good. Now, without taking much of your time and leaving some things to you, you can calculate the value of Bn as well. And what should be the value of Bn? Because in the above function, when we have written over here, see this function is, it was having an and bn. We have to define these three constants. A0 was 0. An has come out to be 0 when n is even, and has some value when n is odd. Similarly, we can do the analysis for Bn using the formula like this. Bn can be written as 1 upon pi alpha to 2 pi plus alpha is t. Now instead of using cosine of omega t, we are using sine of omega t. Okay, and when you will solve this will come out to be like this. It will be 0 for n is equal to even, like in the early case, but it will be equal to 4ia by n pi cosine of n alpha for what? For n is equal to 1, so forth. So we have found the value in terms of harmonics, or in terms of multiples of the fundamental. An this value and Bn this value, and A0 was 0. So let me number these equations. Let this equation be equation number 3, and this equation be equation number 4, and this should be equation number 5. Now once we have found the values of A0, An and Bn, our next task should be to determine the displacement angle and what is the fundamental component, and what is basically the equation for the RMS value of the nth harmonic, any harmonic content, so on and so forth. Like, so this I will continue with in the next video.